Well, Jay, fantastic result today, 2-0 at home in the FA Trophy, so you must be delighted. What are your thoughts on today's game?
Really pleased in the manner that we applied ourselves on the pitch, and we follow through with our identity, moving the ball around. Pleased we got a couple of goals as well. Pleased we got a clean sheet. So yeah, the whole overall performance today was brilliant. And I said to people, we've been putting performances in, but not always necessarily getting the result. And today we've got a bit of both.
We spoke about it just a few seconds ago off camera. A really, really bright start. I mean, to score after 3 minutes and then really sort of dominate the game. I mean, you must be delighted. I mean, is that one of your plans to get our teams nice and early now? Because it was a great start.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at where we started off the season, yes, we're a footballing side, but we invited a lot of pressure on ourselves. And conceding some early goals against us. So we've worked on it in the last couple of weeks. We changed our kick-off, as you would have seen during the game. And the way we structure ourselves is to apply pressure to their half of the pitch rather than playing around in our half of the pitch, and give ourselves the right to earn to play the game. And I think that in about the last 3 games, it's worked really well for us. And so yeah, we continue to do that.
Defensively, I know you've been very happy. We spoke about it in one of the previous interviews that you've got guys in at the back that he's wanted for some time. So we look very solid at the back. Have we been struggling to score goals in the past? Probably a little bit, but today we look very dangerous going forward all the time.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, obviously we haven't scored as many as we would like, and that's not because I don't think we've created chances. I think we've created abundance of chances. I just think the final product in the back of the net, maybe the lack of maybe a little bit of finesse or just sheer luck sometimes, that the ball hasn't gone in the net. Today, again, we won 2-0, but the amount of chances we created, and to be fair, like we've just been talking a minute ago, their young goalkeeper that come in is an absolute outstanding game. And you look at last week, Bristol goalkeeper got man of the match. So yeah, it could be a combination of, one, we're not finishing enough, or two, we're just coming up against goalkeepers having an absolutely fine day, and we just sort of need a bit of luck or rubber green sometimes just to help us put the ball in the back of the net. But today's result will build on confidence. The boys are really happy with themselves and only push us forward.
First half clearly went the way you wanted it, 2-0, 2.5 at half time. They made a change at half time. They brought a guy on up front.
Yeah.
From the outside, it seemed that he was put on to sort of like mix it up a bit, to put the guys off at the back. But clearly the game changed for them with 2 red cards. They were second yellows. But again, from a pleasing point of view, it didn't change the way we played. We stayed focused, we stayed solid and played football. And as you rightly said, we created a lot of chances, and their keeper made some very, very good saves, which could clearly have changed the scoreline without those good saves.
No, I agree with you. I was really pleased where the boys handled themselves on the pitch. I don't think any of our players really got caught up into any sort of handbags. Didn't really get caught up in any sort of verbal sort of exchanges between the opposition. We went into tackles. We hit tackles hard, and then got on with it, and that was it. That's what our game plan was about. We've got to stand up to what they bring. They're a very well organised side. They played, if you look at where they were last year, they're top of their league, equivalent league to us, South Central League, before COVID hit. So, it's a good win today. And I think, as you said about defenders standing up and doing their job, the defenders that we've got in there, and with obviously Harry there and the 2 fullbacks as well, we can stand up to the physical presence of bigger centre forwards when they change it up, or we can handle pace at the moment. So that's a variety we have in our back line now, which is why I think we're moving forward as a club.
As we said earlier, today's a cup game. The bread and butter's the league, as we all know. We're back to the league next week. Ramsgate at home. You never give too much away, which is the right thing to do as a manager. But after a good win today, what's your approach going to be to next week?
Ramsgate plays different to what these guys do. Ramsgate like to have a lot of possession in the game as well. They like to get a lot of bodies forward, and it's basically us trying to stifle their progression up the pitch. And then when we do win the ball back, and we hit back with maybe a counter attack and getting behind them with a bit of pace. But next week it's going to be 2 teams that like to play football, so it'd be, for one, if you're a spectator coming in, it'd be pleasing to the eye.